Welcome, welcome, welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding. Welcome to Season 7.
You ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
We in Queens, where some of the most legendary basketball players have lived and still do to this day. We have one of the most incredible point guards in New York City history here with us today. We're talking about an All-American from Andrew Jackson, St. John's Hall of Fame inductee, Naismith Award winner. Oh yeah, I forgot, he even won a championship in junior college. So as you know, this guy is a real winner in life and on the basketball court. Today, we have the one and only Greg Boo Harvey. What's up, my brother?
How are you? Nice intro.
Man. Look, man, I love the fit, man. I love the fit. You was always a smooth brother anyway, man.
I try to be.
No doubt, man. Listen, I want to say, man, welcome to the platform. It's been a long time coming. We had some incredible guards, some of your peers that you played with, played against, and they all talked about you, man. And even some of my audience members was asking, you know, what's up with Boo, man? I said, you know, he's around, man. To let you know he's alive, man. He's here, right?
I'm here.
Yeah, man. So I'm glad you was able to make an appearance, man. Sit down and chop it up with me, man. And I want to jump right into this, man, because, you know, it's something I always ask everyone who come on the show is, who introduced you to the game?
Ooh, wow. I started playing when I was about 6, you know, just shooting around. But some of the first people I had to say was DeBron Murray and Ab Kelly. You know, they put the ball in my hand, showed me some of the fundamentals and all the stuff like that. But also another guy by the name of Joe Asher, who used to coach the August Martin girls. He was my gym teacher in junior high. So he started a league where I could play against other junior high schools, and it just took off from there. So.
You actually played in this gym?
In this gym, yeah.
Wow, when you was in junior high school, did this seem like a really big gym at the time?
It did. It seemed real big. You know, when you're small, you don't know. And you're just out there really having fun and playing. You're not really, you know, looking at where it can take you. You just want to play against your friends for bragging rights, and that's what we did.
And you was like a child prodigy, and I want to say this, you know, in all due respect, you know, like 10, 11 years old, you was playing against grown men, 12 years old playing against grown men.
Yeah.
Like, where did that fearlessness come from?
Actually, Joe Bosick, he just threw me out there, told me go play, have fun. You know, I play with some of the great guys, Cosell, Nigel, Ronnie Williams, Rich Adams, Tony Red Bruin, Dwayne Johnson. That was an unlimited team. You know, I ain't have nothing to lose. I'm the young guy. These guys are older, so I'm just out there trying to make a name for myself.
And make a name for yourself, you did, man. Listen, did y'all hear some of the names, man? Like, we had Dwayne Johnson on the show. We definitely gonna have Tony Red Bruin. You know, we talking about some legendary guys and the other notable names that he mentioned. You know, New York City was known for having a lot of ball players. We're actually the mecca of all the world, right?
Yeah,
people want to come here and try to figure out what the basketball climate is like, right, compared to the other places
definitely don't have a shortage.
country.
It's a lot of guys, legends, came out of New York.
Yeah, man. So, you know, you playing on your junior high school team and you making your way. What made you go to Jackson?
Ooh, well, I was getting recruited by a lot of schools, but, you know, me coming out from the South Side, and I saw everybody from the South Side. All the ball players were going to Jackson. So, you know, I said, maybe that's a good fit for me. Coach Granby talked to my mom, tell me he wanted me. Well, actually, Joe Asher talked to Granby about me. And, you know, he said he was hearing stuff about me, about playing in the tournaments around Queens. So he like, sure, he'd love to have me. So I just went to Jackson.
Hold on, you was getting recruited early on by, what was some of the other schools that was coming after you? Will you remember some of the other schools?
Francis Lewis, a lot of the Catholic schools, August Martin, Cardoza, all of them, a lot of them.
And you chose to play for Coach Granby, legendary coach, one of the greatest coaches in New York City history.
Yes.
How was Coach Granby with you, and what are some of the things that he taught you?
Well, he gave me the opportunity, you know, to build my confidence playing. You know, I came in, he told me I wouldn't be starting, but I told him, you know, I'm coming, and I'm gonna win that spot.
Right.
And it happened. And then, you know, he put the ball in my hand my freshman year. And we had a great team, had a big team, so it worked out well for me.
Who are some of the big guys? Because I read in the paper, you know, you had a trio of some really huge guys that you played with.
My freshman year, we had Mike Gibson.
Yes, yes.
John Hewley.
Yes, John Hewley, yeah.
Kevin Jones, and Robert Carnegie Tree.
Isn't he was a councilman, right?
Yeah.
But he was the tallest councilman in America, right?
Yeah.
I think he was like a Guinness Book of World Records for being the tallest councilman in America. Wow. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, man.
That nice size up front. So as long as they got the rebound, I was able to run. and show my stuff.
And run you did, brother. You took them all the way deep into the playoffs and made a run. You guys played against, what was that? Ben Franklin?
Ben Franklin. Walter Berry, Kenny Hutchinson.
Your freshman year?
Freshman year, lost by 4.
What? Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kenny Hutchinson was a monster.
Beast.
I'm talking about shoot it, jump out the gym, and you already know what Walter Berry did. Was Richie Adams on that team as well?
I think Rich was on that team with them. I think he was.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They had a nice team. I think they was '1 in the country that year.
What was you thinking, like, knowing you had to play against, you know,
like I said,
K. Hutch?
I was playing the Unlimited with Joe Bosick, so, you know, I knew they was bigger than me, so I had to use my speed against Kenny Hutchinson and all of them. So it was a good game. You know, they beat us by 4, couldn't stop Walt, and that was it.
Yo, you had like 24 points, bro.
Yeah.
As a freshman, that's absolutely bananas.
Mm-hmm. You're right. It was a good game. You know, talked to Walt recently. Me and Walt talked. He's doing well.
Wow.
Walt thought I was a sophomore that year. At the time, now I was a freshman.
So I remember hearing about you from my guys, Carlton Silk Owens, Spice Kilpatrick, and the guy who kind of told me the most about New York City basketball was Kenny Parker.
Kenny Parker, yeah.
Right, DJ Kenny Parker, right, KRS-One brother.
Yeah.
He was like my OG to the game because he would tell me about all you guys, and he was like, yo, this guy named Boo Harvey. I didn't even know your name was Greg. Right?
A lot of people don't.
It was just Boo Harvey right then and there. And, you know, your names was ringing bells since I ever started playing high school ball, man. So you guys, I remember reading in the paper that you guys lost to Ben Franklin, and then that next year, did y'all go back to the city championship? Because I know y'all went to the city championship 3 times, right?
No, we lost The following year, we lost to, I think it was...
Was it Truman?
No. My sophomore year, we lost before we got to the city. We lost Springfield.
Y'all lost to Springfield right before? Oh.
Before the city. That's when Springfield went to the city championship.
And it was Richard Radar Anderson.
Yeah, Norm Roberts.
Norm Roberts, that's right, that's right. Coach from Kansas, that's right.
Mace was on the team, too.
Anthony Mason, wow.
Yeah, nice little team. They got us that game, you know. Radar was hitting threes from everywhere. Couldn't stop him. He was a shooter. So.
The amount of people you played against is just like a who's who of New York City basketball.
Yeah. You know, I always feel that, you know, these guys, you know, they was older than me, but I feel I can play with them.
Right.
I just wanted to show that I can. I wasn't trying to outdo them or nothing like that. I just wanted to show that I could play with them. And, you know, it worked out well.
And that next year, you guys played against Rod and them, correct?
Yeah, they beat us.
Now, I remember that year because that was my freshman year.
Okay.
That was actually my freshman year. And we lost to Boys and Girls at the buzzer at FTR. I never forget that year. And then you guys had faced Boys, correct?
Yeah.
You guys had beat Boys.
Yeah, we beat Boys.
And then y'all, so in my mind, I'm going, man, if we would have beat Boys who had Ed Davin, rest in peace, right? McDonald's All-American, went to Kentucky. We would play against Boo Harvey. Like, that was just our mindset as youngsters, right? We'll get to see you play, because up to that point, I just read about you.
Yeah.
Right? And knowing that you guys beat Boys, I'm saying to myself, damn, this guy must be nice. They beat the Boys. The Boys had a big team as well, and Davida, and you guys beat them. How was that game?
It was a tough game. You know, they was bigger, but I think our speed kind of got to them. You know, we ran the whole game, but it was a tough game. You know, inside. I think Eric Brown was on that team.
Yes, yeah, Eric Brown, yeah.
They had a big team, jumping guys. So you know.
Nestor Payne, they had Nestor Payne, Joe Fennell.
Yeah, Joe Fennell.
Robert Gilmore, rest in peace.
Rob Gilmore. Yeah, it's, you know, they was a big team, you know. But we had some strong guys on our team. We had one guy, Auburn Brown. He played football.
Okay.
Went to Syracuse. He was All-American. He was like a grown man. So I had to tell him, you got to beat up on them a little bit. So, so you know, it was a good game, though. I think our speed was too much for him.
And then you guys faced Truman.
Yeah.
Right? Which was actually a smaller team than Boys, right? These guys are real small. I think their biggest guy was like 6'4", the rebounder. I forgot my man's name. Rob mentioned him, man. I forgot his name. You know, I heard he was a real beast. Apologize, man, for that, man, because, you know, Rod did talk about him and gave him props. And then they had Joy. They had
Ty.
Right?
Ty Joy. CC.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a nice team. They slowed us down.
Got you.
That's what they did. They slowed us down. And, you know, made a half-court game.
Right.
And, you know, Rod did his thing. That was the first time I really met Rod.
Really?
When we played in the city championship.
Wow.
That was the first time.
And actually, I have something that I want to play for you real quick. He talked about the...
So I want to say something about that. You know, me and Paul was like this. We were freaking frack. Like, we used to say we was cousins. Right. With the pick in our hair. Like, we were like this. So, but Boo was like, for me, looking in the mirror. Like, I admired Boo, and I think he admired me, like, game-wise. And we were similar because we were kind of quiet. Wasn't real, like, super quiet on the court. You know, but stuck to ourselves. So I think we saw a lot of each other in each other. And, man, Boo was like watching me, man. Like, it was just a reflection. The way it was just a lot. The way we laid up, the way we halfway had our bodies to the side and shot shots. Like everything was there. And it's crazy because we don't know each other. He's in Queens, I'm in the Bronx.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
similar.
crazy.
Our games were similar. You know, playing with Rod, it was a joy playing with him. You know, I didn't have to do much. I didn't have to be like the focal point. So it was like I could take a break, he can do his thing, or then I could do mine. Plus, we had a nice team. That our AU team was nice. Lloyd, Chris Brooks, Eric Brown, Dwayne Ivory. Who else we had?
Tip was on that team.
Tip.
Actually, I was up at the Gauchos the other day. When was it? Today? Actually, yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was up at the Gauchos gym yesterday. I was watching their 17U. Salute to my guy, Brooke Richardson, head coach up there. They're 6-0.
Oh, okay.
And they're doing well. They got some nice pieces, man. What was it like? Because that was one of the greatest AAU teams in American history, not just in New York history, in American history, because you guys wiped the floor with everybody in the whole country.
Yeah. It was good, man. It was a bond. We had like a little bond, you know, traveling everywhere. So we came like a family. And we ain't had no egos. Everybody was just there to play, have fun. Someone doing their thing, let them do their thing. You know, it wasn't like everybody complaining this guy's shooting a lot and all the time. But Rod stood out. Rod took it to another level. That's why I always say Rod was the best player in the country that year. They didn't give it to him, but he was. He won all the MVPs in all the major tournaments, playing against all the best people in the country. So why he's not the best player in the country?
And wasn't Lloyd on that team as well?
Lloyd was on that team. Chris Brooks.
Let's talk about, rest in peace, Chris Brooks, man.
And we got the big kid too, Robert Lumberg.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a nice team.
Man, how did Lloyd fit in that piece, right? Because you had a great puzzle there. How did Lloyd fit in that, knowing his skill set and all the things he could do?
Well, Lloyd, he adapted. Because, you know, Lloyd could be a point guard.
Right.
He's shooting guard, whatever you need him to be. And, you know, Dave McCullough did a great job in mending us as one. You know, it wasn't no egos. Everybody was equal. We just come and play, win. And we just ran the, you know. But Lloyd and Chris Brooks were probably the top two juniors in the country that year.
They were, yeah.
They were probably the top two juniors. So it was a joy playing with them. I know with Chris was just a monster.
He was a man amongst boys.
Man among.
He was our human highlight reel here in New York City.
And it wasn't a player in the country. Seniors could guard him. Couldn't guard him.
He was hockey too. Neck was like a linebacker,
strong,
right?
Could run. He can do it all.
Man,
you know?
Rest in peace, Chris Brooks.
That was a nice summer for us. You know, went to Hawaii. We went all over the place, man. At some point, we were traveling so much. Sometimes I was trying to miss some of the trips. My mom, like, you gotta go. They waiting for you. I'm like, all right. You know, looking out the window, I see him. I'm like, I don't feel like going to this thing. Just came back from a trip, so why am I going again? But I went.
Listen, you think you guys were traveling like that back then, right? Now,
yeah, I can
they're
imagine
playing
now.
Too many games.
Wow.
It's too, you know, and you know, the trips are nice. And look, Gaucho has always been a first-class AAU program, been around since 1967, and they're still doing a great job up there. I played for the Broncos, and we used to envy you guys, Riverside and Gauchos, especially Gauchos going everywhere and playing.
Yeah.
So definitely salute to that whole AAU program, man.
But back then, it was tough back then, though, the AAUs, because Riverside had Gerald Green and all of them, Joe Morton.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was a nice little competition back then.
Nah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. So, you know, you guys in 1985, that's the year y'all beat JFK 80-71.
Yeah.
Right? And you had 29 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals. Right? And like you kind of wrapped up your career with like 2,039 points. Like, what Why was it so important to win that championship and do it not only for yourself, but for Coach Grammy and all the time that he's been at the school?
Well, I definitely wanted to do it myself. 4 years I've been here. 3 out of 4 years I had to get one.
Right.
You know, it was special for Coach too. You know, he's been there. You know, Jackson was the power in Queens for a long time. He was getting there but wasn't winning. So I said, we got to get one for him. And, you know, it worked out. JFK tried to press us the whole game, which didn't work out too good for them. But, you know, it was a joy for me to get it for him because he's the man who gave me the opportunity to showcase my stuff at the school and, you know, play against all these guys.
What is it about Boo Harvey where you can't trap him? Like, you know, we had guys just as fast as you playing against you. Like, did you know that they was coming at you? You know, most of the time they were coming to trap you and trying to press you and speed you up?
Most of the time, and that's fed right into my game. I want you to try and trap me because I know I can get past you. You know, it's not too many people I'm going to let stand in front of me and just control what I do. But my game is all about speed and control.
Right.
You know, you can be fast, but you got to be able to control it too. And that's what I was able to do.
Yeah, man. It takes a lot, like, you know, looking at you guys who wasn't that athletic, right? Let's look at, like, guys like yourself, like you, Kenny Anderson, Ross Strickland, John Johnson. You know, we go on for days of all the great point guards who can go to the hole and lay these big guys up.
Yeah.
You know, so that always amazed me when seeing you guys go to the hole and challenge, get past the guards and challenge the big guys.
Yeah.
You know, that shows your fearlessness from younger, right?
Yeah, just gotta have, you know, just gotta do what you do. You know what you can do. That's basketball is basketball. You know, you gotta find ways to get it to the hole, get there and make the basket. So playing your game, work on your strengths. Whatever your strength is, that's what you do.
And at this time, before you ultimately had to go to junior college, who were some of the schools you was getting letters from? Like, remember that time when the letters was packed in?
All day. Coming out, all the Big East schools.
Right.
You know, I had Big East, Texas. But back then, most of the East Coast guys, it was mainly the Big East.
Right.
All the Big East schools trying to get everybody.
That's right. And that's who we saw on television.
That's what we saw.
Yeah.
So most everybody wanted to go to the Big East schools. So that was me. I was going to go to Syracuse. You know, went down for the visit. Everything, hung out with Pearl. I was with Pearl. So he told me, you don't got to go nowhere else, just you can come here because I'm leaving.
Right.
So I said, okay, I'm signed with Syracuse then. I ain't going no more visits after that.
Wow.
After he told me that, I was like, all right, I'm coming to Syracuse. Driving me around. I mean, we was driving around one time. He parked his car. Me and him went into a restaurant. He parked in the middle of the street. Oh, and everybody just waited behind the car till he came out. Nobody moved.
Wow.
While we was in the restaurant.
That's crazy. Another Queens guy, a Queens great, went to Syracuse, Gene Waldron. I had him on the show as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He told me a lot of great stories about Pearl and being up at Syracuse. And, you know, I know you couldn't wait to play in front of that crowd of 30,000.
Couldn't wait. Carrier Dome is something else.
That's crazy. Hey, look, I'm going to play another video later on, but just speaking of Syracuse, you know, that's what Stephon wanted to go to.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. What happened? What happened with that?
Said Jim Boeheim came to his house on a home visit and was talking about the school and how great it would be for him, you know, to come to Syracuse. 5 minutes into the conversation, he was like, you know, you're not going to start. He said the brothers got up and was like,
they all
both
left.
of the brothers just got up and left. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, Steph was in his mind saying, yo, why would he say that?
in front of all them.
Right? Well, you know it's not gonna. So he wanted to go to Syracuse
okay.
more than
Georgia Tech.
No, yeah, even he wasn't thinking about Georgia Tech.
Oh, okay.
That Georgia Tech came pick him up in a private jet.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
You know what I'm saying? you know, you want to hear the rest of that story? Go to my YouTube channel and check that out,
heard
man.
About
like,
that.
you know, so that's amazing to me. How you know when these coaches don't realize how bad we want to go to those schools because it represents a lot playing, you know, in our own state.
Lost out on a hell of a player too.
That's right. That's right.
Steph is tough.
Yeah,
I like him. He's probably the strongest point guard come out of New York. I like Steph.
Steph and one of the most athletic point guards, right?
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
And his range and his jump shot, right? Matter of fact, let's just go to it right now so you can kind of hear what he said, right?
Because Harvey, from the local New York scene, him being at St. John's, you know, he was like more famous. You know, I would look, for me, when I looked at him like more of like a famous college player. You know, Mark Jackson, because when I was younger, you hear these guys, you hear these names, and Mark and Harvey, those guys were like famous to me. But I took something from all of those guys' games, every last one of them. Mark, Harvey, Dave Edwards, Juju, you know, all of them, Kenny, and combined it and made my own style and how I played. But
you know what I'm saying? Like you have no idea how many people you touch, and you know, people who sit back and you know go, damn, I'm gonna take some of Boo, I'm gonna take some of this person. And have you heard Steph say this before?
No, I never heard Steph say that, but I appreciate it.
And he mentioned again on salute to Carmelo Anthony, 7 a.m. in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
he talked about it as well.
About it, I never met Steph either, man. You know, but I like him. I loved his game, especially when in the pros. He was good. You know, the Knicks messed him up a little bit, but otherwise he had a great career. I know he's doing his thing in China right now.
Yeah,
he's still over there.
3 championships, and he's a coach over there now.
Oh, he's coaching. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Steph, man. His game was tough. Yeah.
When you hear guys talk about you in that way, how does it make you feel?
Oh man, it's great. You know, to hear your peers say stuff about you and how they feel about you is one of the best feelings you can have. You know, they recognize what I did, so it's a great feeling.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So you had to take a detour down to San Jack.
Yeah.
And how did that time down there help you?
Oh, it helped me a lot, man. It taught me. It was a situation where coming from high school, ball was in my hand all the time, scoring, doing all this stuff. I get there, it's basically a D1 school and junior college, because you had all players that were going to D1 coming there. You know, we had some great players there. So now I got a chance to lead a team instead of just being the focal point on scoring and everything. I think that helped me a lot. You know, I see the game a different way. I don't have to go try and score every time I get the ball. You know, I played with a guy, Liddell Eccles. I think he was Player of the Year my freshman year. He averaged like 33, 35 a game. Then we had another guy, Tyrone Shaw. I think he went to West Virginia. He averaged like 26. So, and we went undefeated that year, won the championship, 37-0.
Yeah, I think y'all was the 4th team in junior college history to do that, to go undefeated and win the championship.
I almost did it my sophomore year too. We lost to Mookie Blaylock. Yeah, the Mookie Blaylock team.
You're not playing against no half-ass dudes. You ain't losing to no just, you know, run-of-the-mill guys.
Ricky Grace. And about it, we were beating them. We destroyed, you know, junior college in Texas. We were beating everybody down there. But, you know, they just got us on that day. Got called a timeout. We ain't had no more left, so he got the foul shots and the ball back. So
did it. Chris Webber.
Well, we lost one playing against Nutter Butter and them. Nut, who else? Tip, Master Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Rest in peace, Nutter Butter, man. My guy Murray. I work with his wife. Yeah.
Yeah, they beat us, but they gave us the game back. But they had some players that was, I think Colorado or something happened with him.
Was ineligible.
Yeah. Well, it was a high scoring game. I think it was like 130 something. I think they beat us by like 4.
Wow.
So, it was a good game. On that team, we had Mo Scurry and Dave Butler from UNLV.
Yeah.
They was on that team with me.
Yo, Mo, holla at me, man. Call me, man. Call me, man. We gonna make that happen for sure.
Well, man, Mo is crazy, man.
Man, he scream at one of the greatest rebounders.
Yeah.
Yo, Mo, call me, man. Call me, man. Look, Mo Scurry, one of the greatest big men in New York City history, a great rebounder and power dunker. Like, he's going to dunk on you and yell in your face.
Yeah, he was crazy. Mo was crazy.
NCAA champion, too, right?
Yeah. Mo. They had a nice team, too. Plus, the other kid, too, played with us. Lindsey Howell played with Arkansas. I think he won MVP when they won the championship that year.
Wow.
I tried to get him to come to St. John's. I loved his game. He was one of the best in-between players you ever can see. Anything inside that paint, he was going to score. And
Where's he from?
He's from Dallas. He passed away too. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
But when Mike Anderson was here, because he was at Arkansas when he was there, he was like, yeah, they came to San Jack to see another player. Then they saw him. They were like, forget the other player. We want him.
Wow.
So he went there. He was tough.
Funny how things happen like that. I tell kids all the time, play your best when the best is on the court, because you never know, you might get a look that night.
And yeah, he was tough. He can jump too. He was like Mike Porter, them two. It was easy for me there. I had them two on the wing. You got Dave Butler and Mo Scurry. Then we had a big guy named Ray Foster. Should have been NBA, but he didn't want to follow it. He was like the Mutombo. He blocked everything.
Wow.
Then we had another guy, John Hudson. He was like 6'9", but he had like a 42-inch vertical. This dude was tough. We called him Killer, because every time he dunked, he'd be trying to break the rim. His name was Killer. I was like, wow.
So y'all had guys going all over the country, man. Who were some of the people that recruited you during this time?
During that time, I was getting recruited by mostly everybody. My top 2 was Vegas and Kansas. Larry Brown told me if I come to Kansas, we'll win the championship. They won it that year.
Wow. Playing with DePaul.
Danny Manning.
Oh, no. Excuse me. I read DePaul on here. That's the next thing I want to get to. Danny Manning, him and Christian Laettner have to be arguably 2 of the best college basketball players ever.
Sure, yeah.
Right along with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was Lou Alcindor during that time.
Yeah.
Spencer Haywood, and maybe a few others who was just like dominant during their time, and Danny Manning. It would have been crazy, man. Do you think like life would have been different, or you think it played out the way it's supposed to play out? Would you be in that St. John's?
Me and Walt talked about that too the other night. He said, Walt told me that. He said it probably would have been different for you. You went somewhere else. But, at that time, I was coming into a little, situation where my wife was pregnant, so I wanted to be home with her to help take care of the kids. So, we wasn't married then. We were just, a couple. But, God have a plan for you, and it fell right in place for me, Got there, played 1 year, had to sit out, study the game, the half-court game, how it helped me and benefit the way I play. And, I kind of like figured things out, how I can get to this place and that place in a half-court game. Taught me patience, because before I was just running. But it taught me patience,
And just to go back on what you said, as far as, having a child and being with your girlfriend at the time, I just want to let you know, man, I want to give a big shout out to your wife, man.
Thank you.
This man been with the same woman since 9th grade, man. So these are the things that we kind of have to celebrate and kind of stand on and let the world know not only he was one of the greatest players that ever did it, but he's a solid man and been with the same woman, and she's here to this day. I don't know, she's probably gonna come back here. She stepped out for a few, but man, that's dope, brother.
Thank you.
That's
best
dope,
friend. That's
man.
my best friend, man.
When you find it, man, you lucky. You one of the lucky ones, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
That's
some
right.
guys, you know, they can reach, you know, fame at the highest level and, you know, get all the stature, but never find that person that, you know.
Yeah, you know, always there. Pick me up when I'm down. You know, she been through everything with me. You know, love of my life.
That's real, man. That's real. All right, we don't want to make this into a love show, man, but this is real right here, man. Like, you talked about, you know, coming in your freshman year, have to adjust, right, to the whole college game, because now St. John's played a slower style than what you was used to.
Yeah.
Right? And then have to sit out some time, kind of help you figure out what the deal was on the college level, as far as, you know, slowing the pace down and playing at a slower pace, and also at your own speed, but doing it the college way so you can make sure that you're successful playing at St. John's under Lou Carnesecca. How was it like playing under Coach Carnesecca, and what are the things he taught you about playing the slow-up style of play?
Well, Lou is a great guy, you know. Still, he's like a father figure. 99 years old, still going. But it taught me, like I said, the patience of a half-court game, you know. Everything don't gotta be a fast pace. You know, the game gonna slow down once you get into it. What you gonna do when it slow down, how you gonna get to these spots. And you always got to have the ball in the half-court game. You could do other things to make other plays around people, like setting the pick, screening and stuff like that. But, you know, it was tough at first. You know, my first year was really tough when I came to St. John's. You know, I wasn't used to it. When I was running, then I was slowing me down. Then it was just a tough situation. Plus, back then, my first year, we had some tough guards in the Big East too.
Oh, yes.
You know, Dana Barrows, Charles Smith, Sherman Douglas. So this was like every night I'm going to these guys.
Yeah, no breaks.
No breaks at all.
Right.
But, you know, it was a learning process, and I think after I was able to sit and watch and see the things that I can do in the offense and I couldn't do, I think it helped me tremendously. Sitting out and watching to see all this stuff. So.
Nah, patience. Patience is definitely one of the virtues, right? It's definitely one of the 12 virtues.
It is.
You had one of the most spectacular games on live television. You had a few, right? Because I've watched an interview when Coach Carnesecca talked about the reason why they were so successful during your tenure, because you hit some of the biggest shots in St. John's history.
Yeah.
Right? All kind of buzzer beaters. And I remember watching one, I think I have it here. If not, we're going to bypass it. But I know it was the DePaul game. Right? The DePaul game where you hit a last-second shot and won the game for them.
Yeah.
Right? Do you remember that whole experience and what Coach called, and was he going to you?
It was going. We only had 5 seconds. He told me, you know, if you out Coach got all these sayings, man. Coach could say some stuff. You know, he pulled me inside. So if you get the ball, just run like Mary and Heat. So he was always telling me that, especially at the end of the game. Get the ball, run like Mary and Heat. I was like, all right. So it was a play. We had time, 5 seconds, you know, three-quarter court I had to go. At first, I thought they would double me and wouldn't let me get it off, but they had one guy, so I was able to shake him off, and I got a good look.
You was like, no way niggas gonna put one guy on me.
Yeah.
And then you pull up for like your classic
Foul line.
pull-up shot.
Yeah.
It's just like deadly.
Yeah.
With like about 3 guys around you.
Yeah. It was a tough, it was a good shot. I knew if once I get him moving, I knew he couldn't be able to stop when I stopped to shoot. So as I was going, I stopped at the foul line, got the shot off. Big guy tried to block it, but I already got the shot off. You know.
What about any other big shots you remember?
I remember the Seton Hall game. Seton Hall.
Was that against Gerald Green?
No, Gerald was gone.
Okay.
Who was there? I think Terry DeHare and Ali Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah, against them. That game, I had 40 that game, and hit the shot to go into overtime in that one. Georgetown game, I hit the 3 at the end of the game. And I think it was like 7 seconds left.
That was at the Garden?
No, that was in Maryland.
Maryland, okay.
Yeah, and the Pittsburgh shot. So.
First of all, you don't even, you hit one in college basketball or in the high school or during your whole basketball career. Memorable.
Yeah.
You hit 4 or 5 against some of the biggest schools in the country. You know, and I think that's what made you into the legend that you were at St. John's. You came into St. John's already a legend, right? So to do it on so many levels, it shows that, you know, you kind of have come full circle, right? And then that next portion of the game was the NBA, because I know that's everybody's ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Right? Did you have any doubt that you was going to get picked to go into the league?
I didn't have doubts, you know. Coming out, you know, they always talk about you small and all that stuff, but you could play. So the Nets, Willis Reed was there. He was telling me if I'm available when they pick, I think it was the 18th. I think they took Tate George, I think. He said if I was available, they were going to take me, but they took Tate George. And, you know, I thought I would get it either first or second round, but it didn't happen. So went to Philly camp. There with Charles Barkley. Played well, you know, thought I made that team. Then he called me and told me, you know, they had just gave Johnny Dawkins a contract. And they were going to go with Ricky Green. And Ricky Green, I think at the time, was about 38.
Yeah.
Then I went down to San Antonio. Raw was there. Raw was in San Antonio. I'll get there, Pop tell me, the spot is yours. Just come in and play what you got to do. And, you know, I had to go out to the Midwest Review. You know, like teams meet, like San Antonio, all the teams out in the West. He said, I just wanted to see if I can lead a team. So I led the Midwest Review and assists and everything. Come back. What he told me, he said, I don't think me and Raw could be together. I was like,
You saw say, hey, you? Like, do you understand? We grew up together. We know each other. We can play off each other.
I'm not coming to take Raw's spot. I just want to get in.
That's right.
Once I get in, I can go somewhere else and do something, you know? But that's what happened.
And I did. It was right around the time when they cut the round from 7 to 2.
To 2.
Right?
Yeah.
I knew didn't that. I was like, there's no chance I'm going to the NBA. Like, there's no. I just threw in the towel. I was like, it's done. But for you, you know, you was Parade All-American, first team. All Big East. You were won only toward the Naismith Award, right? You won so many awards and proved yourself on a college level. It just showed you how tough it was back then.
It's tough, man.
It was tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You know, it was tough, you know. But I moved on. Had a great career in Europe, so couldn't sit and cry about that. Mouths to feed, so.
That's right. That's right. Where did you go first, and where did you end up when it was all said and done?
My first year I went to, I was in Greece. Played there. After Greece, I think it was Finland. I went to Finland. Then I went to Austria for 3 years. Then Venezuela, then Hong Kong, Poland, and Puerto Rico. Played in Puerto Rico too. True Carter, I was over there with True.
Salute True Carter.
Yeah.
Yep. And BJ Carter's brother.
BJ, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was over there for a little bit. And after that, I think where I ended up in Poland. That's where I ended, Poland. I finished up in Poland.
Nice. What country you say was the best place for you at that time?
Best place? I think Austria was probably the best.
Okay.
You know, it was, I stayed for 3 years there. They wanted me, they tried to get me to become a citizen and everything over there. I was like, and my third son, he was born there. So it was nice, you know, they took care of me and my wife, my family. So I enjoyed it.
Man, around and had Boo Harvey camps all over the world.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
They tried to get me to stay. I was like, nah, I'm going back to the States.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you could change one thing about your basketball journey, what would it be and why?
Change about it? That's a hard one. I don't know. It's you know, I basically accomplished everything I wanted to. Just didn't get to the NBA, but everything else worked out well for me. I think I would have took school more serious, but I am a graduate. I graduated from college, so, but having to sit out that year, I think I would have took it more serious. But otherwise, it was pretty good, you know. Wife traveled with me everywhere I went, so it was not too much I would want to change. You know, just get to that next level.
Got you.
You know, I put the work in, but didn't get there. But like you said, it shows how hard it is. It's
at that time, man, it was incredibly hard. And
it was
then,
hard.
You know, they had pick and choose what small guards they would take at that time, right? And I always had this, man. They always had a little bias against New York City for some reason or another. You know, we talked about, you know, Stephon and then when Rod was at the Knicks, right? You know, had him and Mark fighting each other. Then Mark was at the Knicks, and then he wound up becoming, you know, what he was at Indiana.
Yeah.
So.
New York, a tough place, man.
Yeah.
It's tough to play in New York.
Well, listen, brother, we giving your flowers today, man.
Appreciate it.
And, you know, gonna let the world know, man, that you're definitely one of our best, man, and we're here to celebrate you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, so now we're gonna wrap up this, man, and we're gonna go into the top five. Top five. All right. Who are the top 5 guys you played with?
That I played with?
Ever. Like if you could pick the top 5 dudes you played with.
That I played with?
Yeah.
I'll say Rod. Derek Chivas. Wow. That's tough. I'd say Didel Eccles.
Two more.
And I played with Walter Berry. One more. That's tough, so many. I say Pearl.
Nice. I'm gonna go back to D. Chivas for 1 minute, and then we're gonna get you out of here, man. Yo, is it true that the only way D. Chivas can come out and play sometime or travel is that you had to go talk to his mom?
Yeah, Derek was, you know, Derek is crazy, man. Always in trouble. But his mom loved me, so she knew if he was with me, he was gonna be all right. You know.
He said that too.
Yeah, she knew where to find him. If he was out, he was always at my house. You know, sometimes he'd stay over. He don't call and tell her she'd come looking for him. She know to come there and get him. But otherwise, you know, I love his mother. Miss Joanne was a nice person, but he was always in trouble.
Okay, okay.
So she allowed him to come out. As long as he was with me, he was all right.
No doubt, no doubt. Who are the top 5 guys you played against?
That I played against. Wow. I had to put Rod in there again. He was top. Rod, wow. That I played against. Kenny Hutch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Speedy Williams too. Speedy.
Speedy, my guy, said he loved you, man. He gave you, yeah.
I like
Speedy. Get you next, fam.
Speedy playing. He don't care who you are. He made me work, you know, and that's made me more to show my patient side with Speedy. Because Speedy, you know how Speedy is. Who else? We had to be New York or anywhere.
Anywhere, bro. Anywhere. Yeah.
Sherman Douglas.
Okay.
And Dana Barrows.
Man, all tough. All tough. And look, y'all know how Speedy did in his thing throughout the years of him playing, man. For him to be on that list, man, to show you, man, New York City has some of the toughest guards ever. Salute to my guy, Speedy Williams. Okay. Ready for this?
Okay.
Top 5 players in New York City history.
Man, that's one of the toughest ones, boy. Top in New York. So many great players come out of New York.
Yep.
Man. Wow. I would have to say Joe Hammond.
Okay.
Fly Williams.
Mm.
Ooh. Wow. Top 5. That's 2. Walter Berry. Be on there again. Ernie Dowds.
Ernie Dawson, we just mentioned him the other day with Ricky Sobers, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heard he was a killer, too.
Dowds, yeah.
One more.
I say, I like Jocko. Greg Jackson.
Yeah.
I used to watch Jocko when I was younger.
Wow.
ISC. They always used to come.
Rest in peace, Jocko.
Yeah.
The mayor of Brownsville.
Yeah.
Man, did you watch the NYC Point Guards?
Yeah, I watched it.
Did anybody try to get in contact with you?
No, they want to contact me.
First of all, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I think it was a good piece, you know. A lot of people, you know, oh, you should have been on it and all that, like, but, you know, they did a great job. I think if you're looking at that era they played with the guys they were showing, I think I could have been in that mix.
For sure.
But I think they did a great job. You know, there's so many players in New York, man. It's hard to put everybody in.
And you only could get a certain amount of time,
A certain
right?
amount of time, you know.
But there's no way they forget that. Like there had some other people that should have been there, right?
Yeah.
We can argue that there's a whole bunch of people that should have been in that piece, right?
Yeah.
But there's no way Greg Boo Harvey is not a part of that.
I appreciate
right? And
that.
Like,
appreciate it.
We all talk about this, man. For all the things you accomplished from the time you was a kid, high school, you did it out in the street, right? So a lot of people, they did in the street, but they didn't play high school. They did it here, they didn't do it here. You did it everywhere, and your name was revered, right?
you.
We had, we go back to Bob Cousy, right?
Yeah.
Bob Cousy, then there's Lenny, the coach, Lenny Wilkins, right? And then there's Tiny Archibald.
Tiny.
Right? And then 20 years later, somehow you get Pearl.
Yeah.
Then there's like an explosion of point guards.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
there's like all of you guys
You're
started
right.
sprouting out from everywhere. So
I really do think it was a good piece. You know, you learned about some of the guys, you know, like Kareem Reed. You know, I think he did well. Shamgar, I think he should have been in it. He was in it, but I think they did a nice piece on him. He still got to move. Everybody's still doing to this day. So, you know, it was a lot of people you could have put in. Like when you had Mark, Pearl, and Kenny, I thought you would put Kenny Hudson. That was a tough.
And Pearl was in that group, right? That whole group, right?
That group, that four, that was a tough. That year, them four coming out, that was probably one of the best point guard classes to come out. Mark, Pearl, Kenny Smith, and Kenny Hutchinson. And they have him in it, so I was like, they ain't got Hutchinson, they ain't got to put me in then.
Nah,
but all my peers, you know, tell me stuff and say I appreciate everything they say about me and about I should be in it and stuff like that. But as long as they recognize me, I'm happy with it.
Sounds good, brother. Well, listen, man, I want to say, man, thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, appreciate this, man. You are definitely one of the greatest players that ever played in New York City.
Thank you.
Hands down. One of the greatest people I ever played with.
Thanks.
You know, to have an honor to play with you guys in that Empire State game and spend a week with you guys was like some of the best time of my life right there, man.
The Olympics.
Yeah, right. Good time, brother.
New York Olympics.
Listen, if you don't know, you know now. Greg Boo Harvey, one of the greatest players in New York City history. My name is Glenn Pooh Harding, and you've been watching Basketball Heads Live, the podcast on NYC Basketball History. We are the official home for New York City basketball. Peace. So, man, you talk about, you know, this game, man, and what it meant to you, man. You know, it brought a lot of memories, man, and things that, you know, we can sit back and reminisce about. You know, so a ball in the hoop, right?
That's it. That's it. That's what we all strive playing this game. You know, basketball is a New York City culture. You know, everybody it's a way of life in New York for a lot of us, you know, to escape all the stuff that's around us. So that's why we was out in the parks towing our game and everything. But it's fun. It was fun. You know, we older now, we can't do it, but we can talk about it.
We can talk about it. Matter of fact, yo, LC, come here, come here for a sec, come here for a sec. This is crazy, right? Because I know Larry was telling me about this story, you know, right? When he played with you, right? And first of all, when you was in a park, right? And you guys was making moves as young guys, what would the guys be saying, right? When they playing basketball, who name would they be calling?
Definitely it's calling Harv. I told you before, the jelly. Now, you know, everybody, they call it the jelly. It was Harv. Like, oh, going to the basket like Harv. So, yo, you had a whole generation. You had a whole generation of younger people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Saying, yo, I'm Harv. In the parks. Yo. That's how Harv do it. That's what's funny to me. I was like, yo, Harv is officially, he was actually like hood famous.
Thank
New
you.
York. He was hood famous, especially in Queens.
Yeah.
Especially in Queens. Everybody was imitating Harv.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
See? Generation, man. You got Stephon talking about you, Raw talking about you, my guy Larry Cave talking about you, man. So different generations of ball players kind of experienced you. Yeah. You know, myself being on the court with you guys, being at all playing, and you know, winning the gold medal with you guys, man. And man, Boo Harvey, man.
Thank you. It's humbling, you know. I'm just happy I can, you know, show people the way I am and how I was, you know. Just playing ball, man. All it is basketball.
Fact.
Having fun.
I told you, you gave me the pass around, the wraparound pass. I made the layup. I was there.
Yo, what you saying to my mind? Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Yo, that's all I was thinking the whole time.
The corner of the wing, I'm like, nigga, if you get this ball, you better make this here. I was like, he might not even throw it to me because I'm a young boy. Nigga said, oh.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?